Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I will try not to cough and we will see how far we get with this chat. So a couple of things for the chat before we start. I've got a bit of a channel update that I wanted to add. Bear with me, I'm just going to pull out the colours I've been using for my lady's hair, and we will try to get this picture, this forever picture, finished today. Let's sharpen our pencils, which we should have done before turning this on, but hey ho. Okay, right, main thing for the channel, I wanted to let you guys know, I'm sure by now you all know I've been unwell, so there was actually a whole 2 weeks with no content on the channel, so that's nothing to do with scheduling or the channel itself. It was just very unfortunate timing that I didn't have anything edited and ready to go when I got ill, and I'll go through what's been up in a bit. So yeah, madness, but obviously I've had a few weeks, I've had some time to think about things and think about the channel itself and progression and direction and filming and whatnot, and yeah, it's left me deciding to change some things. So I have a very particular channel schedule. I do 4 videos a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and they go up at 7 PM UK time. And then whenever I've got extra, I try and add you guys a weekend video in there as well. Obviously that's a lot of filming content, a lot going on, and a very rigid and particular schedule that is very demanding and difficult to stick to. And what I've found just lately is it's actually inhibiting my creativity, is how I feel. I feel like I don't want to just put up a video so that Friday has a video. I don't want to fill the channel up with random content that just needed to be there for there to be a 4th video in the week. I don't want to fill the channel with boring, unnecessary content just because I needed that extra item to you know, get enough videos up that week. And also, it's, you know, some weeks I've got lots of ideas, lots going on, lots I want to film, and I find that instead of just filming it all and just, you know, flooding my channel with it when I've got all that stuff there, I think, right, no, you know, I've got my 4, so they can wait till next week and I'll do those then. And obviously by next week I might have got new things that have come out that I need to show you. You know, there's certain channel commitments I do each month, like the colour alongs and things like that. And I feel like a lot of the videos that I was really keen to do, and even that you guys have requested for me to do, then get like waylaid into the bottomless pit of, you know, I've made a note to do it at some point, which is just death to videos, isn't it? Because I've noticed that they very rarely then actually make the light of day. So, you know, where I might have 5, 6 ideas that week and just think, right, well, I've got my 4, I might need that video for my 4 next week. and reserving things and not putting up the content that I think's interesting and fun that you guys are going to like. Because of the schedule pressure, I'm doing away with the schedule, which allows me to, you know, if I've got 2 really interesting videos one week, 2 videos will go up. If I've got 7 interesting videos one week, 7 interesting videos will go up. I'm still going to post at 7 PM UK time so that people know if there is a video, it would be up, so that, you know, people aren't just wondering whether a video is going to pop and what's going on. It stops people worrying about me if I miss a Friday video, which happens a lot. If I miss a scheduled video, you know, people, I don't want to be upsetting people with them thinking that there's something wrong because there wasn't a video go up. That's not really what the channel's for. It's supposed to be stress relieving, not stress inducing. And I'm just going to try. Everything on this channel is about experimentation, trying, you know, trial and error, seeing how we go. So I'm going to do that. We'll see. Maybe the schedule will be back and maybe it will not, but I've never found experimenting to be a bad idea so far, so we're going to try that. So that's the major kind of channel news. Channel videos will be more random, and hopefully it will actually help, not hinder, my content. And you know, we can stick to the more interesting fun stuff that we want to, well, for my case film, and for your case watch, because I don't want to feel like I'm on that treadmill of churning scheduled videos out, because I'm not a TV show, you know. I'm not funded in any way, so I just worry that if this becomes a bit too much of a chore, you know, there just comes a point where if the enjoyment's gone because it's just too much stress, there's no real reason for, you know, any other than you guys, which is the thing that I would really miss. Obviously, there's no other real reason I do YouTube. This channel makes so little money. It buys me probably couple of boxes of brutfuners each month is the amount. So it's not the reason that I make and create my content, that's for sure. I've had a few suggestions to add a channel membership to try and help out with that, and it's not something I'm going to do yet, for sure. I can see why channels do it, and I don't think it's a bad idea. But again, I feel like I'm adding that element of more pressure to myself and more of a job, because then, you know, people are then paying for a service and a specific amount of content. And yeah, that's the point, I think, where you would just, I know I would really struggle if I felt like I wasn't delivering the goods, if that makes sense. So I definitely don't feel like it's something I want to do at the moment. So it's not something I'm going to add. I did, however, YouTube have opened up Super Thanks, is it called? Super Thanks. You'll see it just below the videos now. And I did read into that and I had a look at that, and it's essentially like leaving a tip on a video, which is I I can cope with that, I think. So I have turned that on, and you will see the super thanks down below. I wanted to be very clear that that is not a necessary, you know, thing for you to be very welcome here on my channel. You would not be treated differently because you're not, you know, funding my channel. And you know, it's not why it's there. It's just a lot of the things I need for my channel are, you know, there's a cost to everything: the filming equipment, the editing programs, the software I use, you know, random boring stuff that also goes with the YouTube stuff. So it just is a little help. Obviously my colouring addiction also in some ways it's good for the channel, and in other ways, you know, is also adding to an expensive channel. So there's that, I guess. So, you know, I hope you guys don't mind that it is something I've turned on. I don't want it to feel like, you know, for you guys to look at that and think, oh, well, that's a bit cheeky. It's just, you know, I'm providing a service. If you're enjoying the service every so often, and you want to click a super thanks once a month instead of a channel membership, it kind of serves the same purpose, because there is a band that is about the same. I think there's like, you can, you know, literally pay as low as $2, which is the same as a lot of people set their channel membership up as. So I thought maybe, you know, it might work out the same sort of thing, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. We will see. So that is pretty much it for, like, you know, random boring channel malarkey, just to keep you guys updated on where I'm at. Honestly, I wouldn't subscribe to my channel at the moment. My voice sounds horrendous. It must be putting people off at this point. So a little bit about my page. I'm working on my Jash Lee Fantasy, fantasy collection page that I've been working on forever. In my last colouring chat we did the flowers and one of the bears, I believe. And I am a little bit further along. Got kind of a mixture of polychromos hair with brutfuner bears and flowers and black widow leaves. I use a bit of everything when I'm just randomly colouring, because obviously I'm trying to work on different papers with different mediums. You will notice the craziness of the way I colour. Can't remember if I went through this with you on my last colouring chat. When I colour something that's repetitive and will be a lot of, and is maybe a little bit more detailed and requires a little bit of skill, I colour random pieces all over the place, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the reason I do this is I've found, especially if, say, I haven't done hair for a while, you get a little bit rusty. If it's a new colour combination, you might be working out, you know, the kinks of making it look just the way that you want it to. So I find even over the course of just one detailed page, your hair will improve. And there's nothing worse than if you've done all this section here with your kind of meh hair skills, and then as you get over here, your hair's turned into this beautiful tresses. So I bits and piece my colouring all over the place, just because it blends and hides the way that your colouring might change over just even such a small amount. And it also means that if this is a whip, when I do come back to it, I can piece in my bits and pieces and they won't be quite as obvious as being in one small horrendous little patch. So yeah, Bit of unnecessary information that you guys probably didn't really care about, but I just thought I'd better explain why the crazy colouring. It's not because I'm sick. So, to address my disappearance, so the second week in April, me and my husband had the week off work. We weren't going away anywhere, we were just both taking a vacation from work. It's our first week off since Christmas. And right at the beginning of the week, my husband started to feel really unwell. He spent the first half of our week off in bed. Usual cold, flu, sinus symptoms. We were off anyway, not going anywhere, so I didn't bother to test him because, you know, he was sick anyway, so he's not having contact with anyone, so as to not pass on, you know, you see, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or not, but because I do work in the dental field, which is like, you know, an offshoot of medical, I don't believe you should pass any illness onto anyone. We've all become very hyper conscious of not giving people COVID, but I don't think you should give someone the flu. You can kill an old person with a decent dose of the flu. Flu can turn into pneumonia, and you know, pneumonia can lead to sepsis, and there's a lot of nasty viruses out there. I don't want to freak anybody out, but they're just normal viruses. You know, the norovirus is pretty awful. It's a stomach flu with sickness and diarrhea, and it's pretty horrible. And a lot of these can be very dangerous for, you know, small subsets of people. So if, you know, me or my partner is sick, it's not something I would then be taking with me, you know, just wandering around shopping or deciding to pop round to my sister's with her children and the like. So because he was sick, I did my shopping online, and you know, we stayed home, we stayed in. I've got enough hobbies to keep me busy without it being the end of the world. So yeah, halfway into the week, I got a really bad migraine, real nasty. It knocked me out for a couple of days. Now, too much information, but when it's that time of the month for me, I do get a really bad hormonal migraine. It's the only one I just can't seem to avoid. Once a month, I am guaranteed to get a pretty nasty migraine. Nothing works quite as well. My migraine tablets don't seem to work as well as they usually do, and you know, just eating well and avoiding pop and chocolate and coffee and all that stuff that I usually do to avoid my general migraines, which has pretty much cut all of the others out, just doesn't work. It has no effect. It just thinks, yeah, no, we don't care how much effort you've put into this month, you are getting this migraine. So, you know, one thing to look forward to with menopause, I guess. So I got that. You know, don't think anything of it because it was, you know, that timing. But then on the third day, I woke up and my migraine was gone. My head was pretty tender, pretty sore because, you know, they're the after effects of migraine. You feel like you've been run through a ringer, to be honest, for a few days. Everything's pretty tender and painful for a while. But I woke up at the end of the week with just complete fatigue, just so bone tired for no reason. I wasn't sick, I wasn't anything. I just actually struggled to sit upright in the morning, and I've had sea, we'll call it that, already, right back at the beginning in April 2020. Obviously, I treat patients, so, and I treat patients face-to-face, unmasked. So, you know, right in the beginning of all the pandemic business, there was no, you know, most dental clinicians came down pretty fast with that virus because, you know, we are the closest to and treating so many patients every day that the numbers and figures of that are just obvious. So I knew what that was going to be. So I did a test, and my nice red bar showed up pretty strongly, and we just went downhill from there. So I wasn't anywhere near as ill as I was the first time round. Obviously, I've had it before, so I have a little bit of immunity to it, and I have had my vaccine for work, so that obviously must add a little bit of some kind of help. So I wasn't well for a few days, not really up and about, not able to, you know, do much of anything. I couldn't colour, I couldn't edit videos. So I think I managed to get one video up on the channel just as that was all going on, that was already ready to go. And then unfortunately didn't have anything prepared or spare sat there. Need to do an emergency sick pile of videos, I think, and then just save them. So yeah, I've just lost my train. Yeah, so that happened, and then a few days in, the cough started. It does, doesn't it? You know, you get that cough at the end, and my cough's been way worse than my virus, to be honest. I ended up, unfortunately, with a chest infection just from, you know, everything. And it's really been that's kind of nuked me, to be honest. When I spent about a week unwell, and then a week with no sleep, coughing. The cough's been so bad that obviously I couldn't get through a video without coughing at first. I couldn't film anything because I couldn't sit in colour. My chest was too bad, and I just convulsive coughing. And then from all the coughing, I completely lost my voice for a couple of days, which was not fun for work, to be honest. Very strange looks going on from patients when my nurse is having to speak for me for most of the appointment. They're looking at me like, okay, is this some kind of staff training? And then obviously I open my mouth and a little croak of, I've lost my voice, and my nurse is helping me, and they're like, right, yeah, no, that makes sense. As nobody can hear or understand hardly anything I say. And then a couple of days in, you know, that as my coughs started to settle, my voice has started to settle, because it's just the damage you've done to your throat, coughing, and, you know, you've hurt your windpipe and things like that, and the esophagus. Obviously you start to get a bit of scar tissue and start to sound a little bit like this. So unfortunately I've done just a little bit of damage to my throat, hence why, although my cough is so much better, I just sound perpetually sick now, because my voice just sounds like horrendous, like a little bit broken. Very husky, croaky. I think my husband's quite enjoying it, actually, maybe a little bit more than he should. He's gonna have to get over it because it's not gonna stay. But yeah, it's I felt like April was a complete bust. Worst holiday ever. And then obviously I lost a week's worth. I'm self-employed, so obviously and I'm in medical, so you can't go into work with COVID. So that was a second week of wages lost. And then even the third week, I managed to work just the Tuesday and the Friday. I know, it's weird. I went into work the Tuesday and croaked my way through the day, coughed my way through the day. My nurse looked so worried I was going to pass out. She kept getting my people to my manager popped in at dinner time just to say, if you need to go, you just need to go. I'm like, I'm here now. I will finish this day. It was a mistake. I kind of wiped myself and my lungs out for the next 2 days and didn't manage to get back in till Friday. So I'm not going to lie, the entire month was a bit of a bust. Obviously, my wages took a serious hit with that. It's been an horrendous month, so I'm being good at the minute. So yeah, it's been crazy. Nothing like being sick. So as I say, I am actually fine now. I just sound horrendous. My throat gets pretty sore pretty quick, so it's just limiting the amount of filming I can do at the moment, because obviously I film when I'm not at work, so that usually means I do quite a lot of batch filming like all at once on the weekend, but I can't do that at the minute. Having to spread stuff out a little bit, my throat just gets too sore, and I have to save it for work. We're saving the precious words for when they're needed. So yeah, it's I managed to get a couple of videos done. I think my colour alongs, the community video has gone up on Saturday, a little bit late. Was it Sunday? It might have even been Sunday, a little bit late in the month. I know, guys, I'm sorry, but at least it's up. So if you guys are wondering about the hashtags still, the video's finally gone up. I did manage to film my completed pages video, although I do think it might be a bit off-putting the way I sound, but and obviously there were not a lot of coloured pages done for the month of April, and there wasn't a lot going on at all, but I did include my whips and my pages for that, so appreciations if you guys watch my videos, much appreciated, thank you. So there's that to say. I must admit, I mean, I don't know what it is, since I started colouring. Well, I mean, it's wow, it's 2 years ago now. I've been colouring for 2 whole years. I've coloured, every week since I found the hobby. I've always usually got, I'll disappear for a couple of days, but there's normally a colouring page going on somewhere in the background. I'm a gamer and I'm a reader and I diamond paint and I make cards, but so I'm a serial hobbyist, to be honest. But there's always usually a page going on, so I actually feel like, a few weeks off colouring, especially forcibly so, because I couldn't be bothered to lift a pencil. Sounds so dramatic, doesn't it? But that's how I felt. Nothing makes us as mad as being unwell, does it? The whole, oh my god, I can't possibly colour, I'm dying. As we just, cough into our little quiet corner. I'm pretty sure there's been numerous times over the last few weeks where my husband has been maybe sat up staring at my pillow, wondering what life would be like without me, as I coughed my way all the way through the night. There's nothing worse, is there? The only thing than being unwell yourself is when your partner is noisily ill. And everybody that loves another human understands what I mean. When they're snoring because they're bunged up, or, they're snotting in the night, or worse, they've got a cough, like a proper, they've managed to fall asleep, but they're coughing. So I know exactly what he's been doing, because I do it when he's sick. Just look at him like, oh, I love you so much, but I think you're going to have to go. So I also, because I know how that feels, and I felt so bad, I've been sleeping downstairs on what essentially is like a massive like bean bag. So that didn't help. Just trying to like obviously stay out the way so we could sleep, because obviously after that first week he's back at work and already pretty crammed because his week off was like a complete bust, and because he was ill for the entire week. So if I had to say, I have booked another week off at the end of July, so that at least I know I'm working towards a week off somewhere, because I just obviously don't feel like I've had a holiday so far this year at all. At all, to be honest. I'm getting there. Not so far to go. So yeah, crazy yucky illness, but yeah, getting there, not a problem. The dogs have loved it though. In fact, they're actually a bit upset. Obviously I spent like 2 weeks just like either led in bed or led downstairs on the big beanbag that we have in front of the telly. So I have, in case you guys don't know, 2 French bulldogs, and they're cuddlers. It's the only word for that kind of dog. They like to cuddle. So the minute you sit down anywhere that's at their level, which, I mean, this is how mod I am. I don't have a couch, like settee, sofa, whatever you call it, because it's bad for their little legs jumping up and down, and because they're too small to get up and down onto a couch comfortably. And I considered like little steps or whatever, because we have those for the bed, but the room's not that big, so we got a beanbag instead, so that they can, you know, jump on and off and sit whenever they want to. Where, you know, either they sit on their own, taking up my entire beanbag, or, you know, they can jump on when you're sat there. So they've like loved it. Ridiculous. So now that I'm like up and about again, I find myself like going okay, and making sure that I kind of like on the weekend I'm sitting on the beanbag with them to watch telly at least a little bit, so that they can just come snuggle and fall asleep. I end up with like surrounded by French bulldogs all over me, because otherwise they just... My moo man's doing it now. My big dog, he's like just sat behind me. You might be able to hear him breathe, you might not. I can never tell what my camera will pick up, but just staring at you with these forlorn big dog eyes of like, I know you're colouring and enjoying yourself, but I can't sit up there with you while you do that. So what are you going to do about it? Huh? Or what are you going to do? And I shouldn't say this within earshot of my dog, but I really fall for the guilt trips, to be honest. This crap really works on me. So yeah, pathetic. Ruled by my dog. Have to sit with him sometimes, keep him company on the... Even if I want to colour. It's tough. I've got to find something else to do. He's funny. They're just such creatures of habit. He's already been on his walk, so he's not too irritated with me right now. I cannot film if I haven't already taken him for his walk, because he just huffs and puffs for everything, as in like, oh my god, she's filming now. I'll never get a walk now. She's forgotten again. Oh my god. So the walk has to go first, but he's just so funny. I'm like it's a weird thing being a migraine sufferer. It's like anything, I suppose. I mean, I always feel a bit silly about it, but it does control a lot of the things you do with your life if you get them often enough for it to be a big deal. Like, it controls the things I drink and eat, and my sugar intake. I don't drink alcohol because of it. It controls my sleeping pattern because if I go to bed too late, I will get a headache. I will get a headache, and it will set off like a series of, you know, events that will just lead to more headaches and a migraine. So I try not, because it's hard, you know, when it's a weekend, you want to just do whatever you want to do. You're halfway through a page, because, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm not at a party or anything. My perfect Saturday night is a brew and a page that I'm nearly finished on. Oh yeah, people. I will be 40 this year in August. I have come to terms with the fact that I am more of a crafter than a party animal. I'm alright with it. I did all that stuff when I was younger, and I can safely say that I feel fulfilled in that department, and I'm not upset about not running around like a 20-year-old. Anyway, back to my dog. He was, so because he kind of knows, I don't know, I feel like these dogs wear a wristwatch that you can't see. So once it gets to about 10 p.m, without fail, he will sit by the living room door and just stare at me. And it took me and my husband so long to work out, like, you know, he's not hungry, he doesn't need to go to the loo, he doesn't want to go for a walk, he doesn't want a cuddle. And after a while, we worked out what it is. He is herding me to bed. Because he knows there's no way my hubby will go to bed at that time. He goes later than me. But he knows I will be about ready to head upstairs about then. He's exasperated by the fact that he's ready to go to bed. He won't go without me. Egon is very much my dog. If I'm downstairs, he's downstairs. Even when everyone else is in bed. Like if Danny has gone to bed before me and Winston's upstairs with him, Egon is like pouting and irritated because he's not herded me to bed yet, and it's just not on. So we eventually worked out, because he will actually sit by the door in the corner of the room and he will humph at me. Like, I get actual dog size if I'm not taking the hint that he's like, it's time to go up. Like, wrap up your page, do what you're doing, go get your drink, off we go. I'm done. That dog is a bed fiend. He doesn't like getting up in the morning. And once it's, 10 o'clock, it is time for bed. It's up you go. You can watch telly for a bit if you want. He doesn't mind that. But he wants to go to bed. So, of course, like the truly, strong, independent, iron-willed person that I am, that is not about to be controlled by a small dog, I go to bed when he tells me to. Like a good human. I know. Ridiculous. I mean, it's even got to the point where, like, I might not quite be ready, but once he starts, I'm like, Daniel, my husband, will actually go like, "Oh, are you going to bed?" I'm like, yeah, I'll just pack this up. I'll read my book for a bit or something. And he's like, just laughing at me, because he's like, "You mean Egon's going to bed?" I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah, we're going to bed. It's time for bed, okay? So yeah. Okay, I'm sure you guys are absolutely done hearing about my dog. So let's see. I'm hoping to get, do we think we'll be able to get the last bit of this hair done? Really considering that being a yellow bow. Might do that quickly. So yeah, pathetic, but life is what it is. And yeah, they sleep on the bed and they shouldn't. My husband goes mad. Although he's just as bad as I am, but apparently I carry all the blame so that he can pretend he's all like strict with the dogs when he's not. I'll be honest, I don't think I've had a decent night's sleep since we got Egon 3 years ago, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah. So yeah, apart from that, whatever we're doing. As I started to get a bit better, me and my sister, we play Overcooked and Don't Starve online together. So obviously she doesn't have to come anywhere near my sick room. She can log on online from her home and play. The problem is we get really irritated with each other when we play Overcooked. We're not as bad as we Don't Starve, although we die all the time, but apparently there's less pressure to that, so less irritation. But playing Overcooked, oh my word. Because we like to we'll only leave a level once we've got all the stars, so you've kind of smashed the level properly. It's very frustrating. Children probably manage better than we do, and you do get to that point where I want to actually strangle her, so before I'm actually rude, I kind of go, right, anyway, so I'll see you later, we'll play another day, bye, love you, I need to leave. So yeah, especially because she's so bossy as well, yeah. So we've been playing that. I keep meaning to I need to set up my plug my Animal Crossing back in. There's a really fun new Morgan O'Brien book out. I can't remember what it's called. Is it called? Nope, don't know. But it's essentially like a bit of an Animal Crossing rip-off. Very cute. I've just got it actually. It's on its way. It's not here yet. But it's really made me want to play my Animal Crossing again. And obviously there's been lots of updates since I've been on it ages and ages ago. I just need to pop it in and update it and set it back up again so I can play. It's hard to concentrate on hair, bear with me. What else? Oh yeah, YouTube's been a bit weird again lately. I don't know if you guys... I know there's always issues with notifications and things on YouTube, but it keeps recommending me my own videos. I didn't think that was a thing. I mean, I'm not subscribed to myself. I didn't see it as necessary. So I don't know why I keep popping up on my own feed, and it seems a little bit weird that I would. So I was assuming maybe, because I don't watch my own videos, that would be weird. So I was assuming maybe it was just a weird, one of YouTube's weird faults maybe happening again. So if you guys are missing notifications from me again, or if there's comments missing again or not being replied to, as always, I never remove anything and I always reply to a comment. So if you don't get a reply, it means it's not there for some strange, annoying reason that only YouTube can fathom. Yeah, always love replying to you guys, love chatting with you guys. It's kind of the main reason. For the channel, really. So yeah, it just felt a little bit strange, to be honest. Yeah. This bit's it's bugging me. Bear with me, guys. Tones off. Oh, sorry guys, thought I could hold that in, but I couldn't. Are we going to this ribbon? Not really sure. Probably gonna. It feels weird to do it yellow. But I did the bow yellow, so I might have to. I'm unsure what colour to do this mask. This page is just taking me forever. But at least I'll be able to finish it now. I'm not going to pop it on another colouring chart. I try not to spend too long after the Circle of Life page that we spent forever and a day working in with these on colouring charts, to be honest. So, yeah, I hope you guys have been keeping really well. I'm sorry if I worried anyone when I disappeared. I did put a community post up to explain that I was sick and that there was nothing wrong, I just was ill. I'm not sure how many people kind of see those when they're posted or know how they work. You can always, if you go onto my channel, you can go onto my community tab and it will show the posts I've made. So if you're ever wondering, like, you know, what's going on, I will usually have, if there's anything weird happening, I will usually have popped a community post up on there to let you guys know, so you aren't left in the dark about things or wondering what's going on. So yeah, what do you guys think about my new channel idea, and do you have any specific channel requests or anything? As always, if you've liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. It just helps. It helps YouTube decide to show videos to more viewers, and obviously if I get more views, might be able to buy a third box of brutfuners. Yeah, no, even I'm not that crazy. I've already got, I think I have 4 boxes. I'm alright, I'm set for a while. So, that is this page. I am pleased with how it's turning out. I do like this book. I filmed an update to my 15 books to colour. Yeah, it changed. It's 15 now. In 2022, I've removed a couple of options, added a couple of options, just filled you in on my decisions and bits and pieces and where I got to with the ones that I did have in the first half of the year. So of course, colour alongs for the channel and colouring charts and things will be in the new books set for that. I am going to stick with, you know, focusing on this small section of books for the latter half of the year. I do find that it's been nice to do that for the first half. It's helped my colouring, it's helped my colour alongs. So I am going to kind of, yeah, stick with it. Hope this has been interesting, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Happy colouring.